your Disney Ohana, your Run Disney family. We are so proud of you, and we are cheering you on every 26.2 miles of the way. You were made to do hard things. You survived middle school, or the equivalent of whatever it's called in Canada. You survived it. We love you, and this is your family telling you how much they're proud of you. Yay! You got it!
Y'all, so all I need is Happily Ever After playing. It is the night before my race, and one would think that it would be July 4th fireworks. It's not. It was supposed to be Calgary Stampede and it got canceled because of Corona. But I am taking this as these are my Disney fireworks for my race tomorrow. There is magic, you guys. I didn't time it this way. I didn't know they were doing fireworks this year. When they canceled the Stampede, I thought we were done, but Disney magic is gonna follow us to the Banff virtual marathon. Alrighty, here we go. The nerves are in like full force this morning. So virtual run, but full Sarah nerves. So put some lipstick on for some mental support. We're gonna go. We're gonna go and have fun and not be nervous. Oh, y'all, the sun is coming out. We're here for sunrise. Alright, you guys, this is my favorite part of like my basically daily loop. As I was trying to plot my route for today, I knew I wanted to start with the route that I run all the time, and this is great. Y'all, advantages of a virtual is I don't know, it might change the day because it's supposed to rain tomorrow, and now it's supposed to rain today, so I guess not fully perk. What's been harder is being responsible for everything, including my route and my course support and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's interesting. I'm listening to Heather and Jen, and they were just talking about how when you decide to start training for a marathon, life should be boring. And I decided to turn what was supposed to be actually a half marathon in Banff into a marathon in the midst of Corona. It still feels like a good idea. Check in with you closer to the end. We're only about a mile. Take a minute. Last time I ran down this hill was last time I was marathon training, and it was icy and it was cold and I wanted to quit, and I remember that I hadn't realized how steep this was, and I knew at mile 20 I would have to run back up it, and I'm finding myself getting so emotional as I reflect on how much growth has happened in the last 6 months and how grateful I am to still be out here doing the thing. But today I get to do it on a warm day where I'm not worried about slipping and falling, and where I've grown enough where, like, very simply I don't have to run back up this hill, but where more phenomenally I'm enjoying life and the miles and the gratitude of the day so much more. Okay, y'all, I just saw a baby deer. So cute. And I don't know if it's because I am out so early or because everything's quiet, but I'll insert a picture. He was adorable. Or she, I guess. I ran too hard down that hill because there's a part of me that's 4 years old and can't contain myself running down big hills, and my heart rate spiked, so I've slowed myself down just to bring my heart rate down. I thought I'd talk to you. That would also help keep me calmer. That hill was emotional. I feel like even as I was planning my route this week, I was most worried about it. I was remembering the last time I ran down it and scared of falling, and I don't know, it became like symbolic this morning of like, as I was having fun and loving it, I was like, man, the things that used to scare me about marathon training on that first level, here we are like crushing it and loving it. But then it became like, in the way that I get mushy when I run, a metaphor for life and this time and the stuff that has scared me recently as the stuff that I've grown the most of and appreciated the most. So why do we choose to embark on training for and running a marathon in the midst of a global pandemic? It's because of this, like this growth. And yeah, okay. Oh, this light is not as good as the other light. I was having a really great light and some privacy. But then there's a group of ducks that lives by the river here who hate me. Like, I'm not even joking. The one specifically will hiss at me all the time. I'm like, I am nowhere near you, sir. Stop. This is not good etiquette. Anyways, so I need to navigate around the family of ducks before coming back. But the thing I wanted to say is the other reason I took on this challenge, and I'm grateful for it, is because things kept getting canceled and I had nothing big to look forward to, and the only things that I was focused on were stressful, not happy. And so this was giving me something to look forward to be excited about. But also what it has most taught me is that I am a distance runner. I like going far and not fast. And what I've really enjoyed about this marathon training cycle that I didn't get last time was being able to go out for the distance and have my long run be the run I'm most excited about, because I can take it at my pace. I don't have to worry about maintaining, building up speed so I can keep ahead of the balloon ladies. I can just build up endurance and take it at my pace and not have to like race anybody. During COVID too means that I've had to get up super early so that it can have empty trails. And so I don't have people running by me that I'm comparing myself with. So it's been taking me back to the reason I started running, which was a way for me to find growth and development and challenge myself. So yeah, I'm grateful. My arm is getting tired. I'm gonna pick up pace here, but I wanted to check in if there's more ducks. Wish me luck. 10K, not a shabby view. Feeling good, feeling strong. Alrighty. I am not gonna do mile check-ins. I'm gonna do check-ins like when I have a pertinent and interesting for me thought, and it feels safe to record. I've been thinking about mantras a lot, as I've been really lucky this morning so far. About 7.5 miles in, and still nice and quiet. And so I would love to hear what your mantras are if you're a runner, but also just like in general in life. So my two favorites from the running side, one are from my amazing friend Laura, who, if you have not checked her out yet, either to take an online class with her, a fitness class, or on her YouTube channel or on Instagram, then you should do it. And I will put her details down below. But Laura says you were born to do hard things. And yeah, as like those words by themselves would speak very powerfully, but also I hear Laura's voice and I hear the love and the unconditional support when I hear that mantra. And so yeah, that one is one of my favorites. The one I tell myself often, even outside of running. But the other one is the tagline for her in Disney, which is that every mile is magical. And it's not because every mile is easy or like breezy or actually like physically magical, because you're like swimming in pixie dust and running by the castle. But there is magic in every mile. There's growth, there's happiness, there's, I don't know. And I think I had lost that mantra over the last training cycle because I was training in the winter and it was cold and I couldn't keep my pace up and all these things. And so now that I've gotten to train completely at my own pace, fully by myself, and because I want to and I can, I'm finding the magic again in every mile. So, yeah. Be grateful for the awesome place that I get to run through this morning. Alrighty, you guys. This is another one of my favorite places of the path to run. And I thought I should make it part of my route today. It's not Banff. I don't get the mountains, but I get the beautiful foliage and I don't know. I was having a rounding up to mile 9, I was starting to fade a little bit, and then I got passed by this group of runners. And just as I was, here's another one. Just as I was like getting down on myself about it, the last one in the pack was like, hey, because you could see my bib on my hydration backpack. She's like, are you doing the marathon? I was like, yeah. She's like, way to go. Get it, girl. So I got that beautiful reminder of support and love in the community. Just what I needed. Alrighty, dopey sunglasses are on. I bought these sunglasses. My buddy Estrella, who also has a channel and a great Instagram account that I will link down below, posted about these, and I was like, if we're gonna run dopey, especially virtually, I gotta make my own swag. So these were not to cart. We are just past mile 10, and as I go through this, I'm like trying to remember what this felt the last time I ran the marathon, and there are miles I just cannot remember. Like, I remember most of the course, but I don't remember what milestone it was at. I will tell you, I do remember mile 10, and I was starting to feel sick. And so that brought me to the next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, which is the other reason I wanted to do this distance in my way, and COVID made me get an opportunity to do it as a virtual and make it in that way my way, was because I wanted to reclaim this distance. I felt like I did not get the victory lap I wanted in January at marathon weekend because it was so hot. I felt so sick. I fell below pace, and the balloon ladies kept me super stressed. Like I was not gonna quit, but I kept having these moments of panic where I thought they were going to make me by pulling me off the course, because they were pulling people off aggressively. Like, I think, not like aggressive, like meanly, but like the heat that day, and the balloon ladies themselves were actually like ahead of pace at one point. So like, yeah, I feel like I did not get my victory lap. I also, while I 1,000% consider myself a marathoner because of that day, my GPS did not record 26.2 miles that day. They shortened the course. And even though you will run probably more than the distance on race day because the bobbing and weaving and stuff, I was like 0.2 miles short of a full. So I want to tackle 26.2. I want them to be miles that are mine, that are strong, that are not about getting ahead of a balloon, but that are about finding joy and strength and celebrating all the training and growth. So, yeah, onward and upward. Alrighty, we're moving, we're shaking in the marathon shuffle. Remember how I had just told you that every mile is magic? It's true. That does not mean that they do not hurt. As I was rounding to mile 11, I started feeling the hurt. Good morning. And there's always a moment in a race, sometimes a few, where you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. I was having one of those. And so as I was trying to dig deep, give myself my mantras, remind myself why I was here, that same group of runners that I saw at about mile 9. Came back around and saw me and recognized me and started cheering for me. It's like the universe is telling me that I got you. So here we go. I think I'm very solidly a half marathon girl. That is my distance because it's enough of a challenge that it's tough, but I could probably bust one out every month. So yeah, it makes sense that by mile 11 I was feeling it, but I want to continue to run these marathons. So I'm grateful for the universe. I'm grateful for those runners that saw me. And I'm grateful for this beautiful weather day. It keeps getting a little too hot and then a little too cold. I can't make it to the halfway point and not remember my friends Teresa and Kristen, who always sing. So here we go. Not as good as you, but I'm gonna try. So, whoa, we're halfway there. Ducks. Do you think these ones will try and attack me? Who knows? That's actually where I got bitten by a dog during my 18-miler a few weeks ago. Are you gonna bite me? Are you gonna be nice? Oh, these are nice ducks. It's just that one jerk on the other side. Alrighty, just over the 15-mile mark. I remember this point in the last marathon very well. This was where we were starting to head into Animal Kingdom and the wheels were coming off the bus. My sister had either just been swept or was just about to be swept and the heat was beating down on us. Not the same experience today. Alrighty, we're still going. I can't math this morning. I'm like to my brother, I'm like, okay, I got 3 miles and then 3 miles back. I'll see you in 45 minutes. And then I'm like, no, you have 6 miles because you have 3 out and 3 back and then 6 to the end. So anyways, he's gonna come run with me. I met them at, my brother and my mom were my aid station at mile 14 and a half. So we fumbled a little bit trying to get my Camelback refilled and some love, and my mom had brought food in case I needed it. What I should have asked her to bring was sunscreen, but it's okay. And then my dad and my grandpa happened to be around the area, so we had to social distance. Woohoo! It was a bit of a frantic aid and support station, but it was great. And we're keep going. My brother is gonna join me for the last 5.5, 6 miles. So I'm gonna keep going. 3 out, 3 back, 6 to finish. Sarah can't math today, so I've got a half a mile that I'm trying to trick myself into doing before I turn around, so that I don't have to add it on to the end when I want to die. I will say it's getting warm. See these beautiful, these put Disney back lots of shame, man. It's getting hot, but I will tell you that the heat of Disney World 2020 marathon prepared me for this. It's warm and I'm feeling it in my heart rate. But mile 17 and a half and feeling a heck of a lot different than I felt at mile 17 and a half in Orlando 6 short months ago. Alrighty, y'all. Mile 17 was a mile that just flew by. Literally, I looked down at my watch and it was mile 18. And I never thought that I have miles that fly by, but never did I think that mile 17 would be one of those miles. Freaking amazing. I will say once again how much I'm grateful for this experience. Not that I did not appreciate my first marathon and the time I spent on course at Disney, but this is phenomenal. I will say that I have to give a giant, see that beautiful water, a huge shout out to my coach, because there's something to it, guys. Heather, I owe you mad props, man. My longest run was supposed to be 19 miles, but I ended up not feeling it. The weather was bad. I was tired. My knee hurt, so I decided to take a taper week instead. So my longest run has been 18 miles, and I was worried when I ran my first full. I followed Galloway, and I got to a 23 mile long run. I was supposed to do a 26. Weather and my last long run seems to be a theme here with marathon training. So I went out to do my 26 miler, and it was so icy on these paths that I kept falling. So I went back. I think I did 14 miles on a treadmill, which is as long as my body was going to handle being on that treadmill, and I called it. But I will say, I feel like I'm a locomotive driver with this hat as it keeps drifting on my head. I will say I was worried about not having done the full mileage before you hit a marathon. That's a weird thing. Like with a half marathon, you train the distance a few times. But I will say that I hit mile 18 going, cool, we got 8 miles. We can do this. And that's a testament to the fact that Coach Heather is a genius and the training works, guys. As I round to mile 19, we gotta have a second and a chat. When I was rounding to mile 19, back in January, who needs a 2020 Walt Disney World race recap? We don't. I'm giving it to you in this race. But as I got to that distance with 7 miles to go, everything through my training and through what I read online made me think that I was going to have a mental and physical battle, because you've run 20 miles at that point, 19 miles at that point. You've got over a 10K left to do. Yeah, that was not the battle I had to fight. The battle I had to fight was the mental battle with the balloon ladies. So, contrary to popular belief, you will not only get swept by a balloon lady, which is a 16-minute pacer at a Disney race, who carry balloons, so they give you a visual cue, who themselves as ladies are super nice. Seeing them is stressful. Anyways, you will not only get swept if you've, been injured and that's affected your training, or you haven't done your training. I did an extra month of training. I did the entire Galloway program, obviously, minus the 26-mile run, which I just did. And I was personal training with a trainer. And I couldn't keep the pace. That day, between the heat and where I was at, I couldn't keep the pace. And I didn't get to enjoy, and this sounds crazy that someone would enjoy the last 6 miles, but I didn't get it because I was so stressed out. I couldn't find the magic in my miles. I was so stressed out between pushing hard enough that I kept ahead of them, but not so hard that I got sick, because I refused to quit. If they pulled me, that was something else, but I was not going to quit. So my body hurts, I'm tired, but there's a smile on my face because these miles are mine. My jeans, he literally just outwalked me. The mile 20 marathon shuffle is real. But I can't help but laugh. Honestly, you guys, I would recommend a virtual marathon to anyone who wants a marathon but can't keep up a 16-mile pace, which honestly is the most generous pace I think I've ever seen on a marathon. If any of you know of marathons that have longer than a 7-hour cutoff, please tell me below, because that's been my biggest hindrance from finding something else to sign up for. Is I'm a 7.5 hour, I think that's what I'm tracking to do today, and that's what I did in January. So do it virtually, get your miles in, achieve the thing, and don't worry about pacers or dudes in jeans that outwalk you, because I'm still going. The shuffle's still strong, smile's still on my face. My brother's about to join me for the last 5.5-ish miles, so if I go quiet, it's because he's keeping me company, and I forgot about my phone. Love you guys. Alrighty, mile 23.2, and I'm not going to say that the wheels are coming off the train, but they're getting loose. My brother's on the other side. He joined me at mile 20 and a half. He's like, how are you feeling? I'm like, good. I felt strong between mile 20.5 and 21.5. I was like, I could go all day. And then I couldn't. But it was okay. We pushed through. We ran into some people who had, I guess, seen me on the trail long enough. Like, you've been going for a while. I'm like, yeah, we're at mile 22, 26. Like, oh my gosh. And they it was like 6 or 7 of them social distancing. They started cheering. They saw the bib on the back of my hydration vest. And I guess they had just run the Banff half. So we've just got over 3 miles to go. It's starting to get hard. But I wanted to check in so I could remember how it was all going. Riding the struggle bus. These miles hurt. I'm probably around that point of where the course got cut. Like, I mean, that last half to 3/4 of a mile. And I've never felt like a mile could be so long. Could use a Disney Cheer Squad, but I got the second best thing. My brother has been a godsend. He's been telling me stories, keeping me distracted, because everything's starting to hurt. Now we're a brisk walk pace, because that's all I can sustain, but yeah, talking to you guys, saying these things is reminding me of the magic, but there's been moments in this mile not been magical. Here comes the rain. I was expecting it with 4 miles to go. I will take it with half a mile to go. You guys, I got this. Well, the mile out, I was ready to die and give up, but we got just under half a mile, and I'm feeling strong and happy. Definitely, I mean, with half a mile to go in January, I was calling my sister and crying, and I was done. I feel strong. We're doing a little bit of a pickup because I've got it in me, which I definitely didn't have, and that part I love. So I may not film and after while we're out here, because if it starts raining harder than this, I won't be able to, but less than half a mile to go.
Push, here. Couple steps. Mama Honey, she's probably just at the top. Shoo!
We did it! It's amazing!
How do you feel?
I didn't think I would do it. I thought that was hard.
You killed it.
Okay. Holy moly, you guys. Near the end, I don't know. I had to take my headphones out, and now I realize that I don't know if I got all the audio. So I think what I'm gonna do is, if anything, oh my goodness, if anything you can't hear me, I will either record a voiceover for, or I'll go sit in my filming area and record like a clip or something. But my goodness, can we talk about this lipstick? It's been on my lips for 8 hours through I don't know how many packs of gummies and lots of water. And I feel like it rained there at the end just to be like, you're a real runner. And even though you tried to reschedule so you can get the best weather, as a rite of passage, there has to be some rain. I had my rain jacket with me the whole time too. And my brother's like, do you want to wear it? Like, he asked me 3 times and I'm like, I need to put one foot in front of the other. Please just wear it. At least one of us will have worn it. So I was so grateful for him. I was fading hard there for a few miles and then rallied. That last half mile that's where all the magic happened. And I did some pickups and I sprinted to the end, and it was awesome. So I love you guys. Thank you for coming along for the ride. If you made it to the end, I don't know, put an emoji of something green, because we saw lots of greenery today. I'm gonna go shower and get some food. I don't know if any of you are like me, but I can't eat for the first hour after I run. I feel nauseous, but I'll be starving in a little bit. But first, shower. Okay, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Oh, and obviously, I don't know how I forgot my last video, but life is way too damn short, you guys, to wear boring lipstick.